Episode 14, The Unraveling. The throne room pulsed with unnatural energy, the Hollow King's form twisting like smoke caught in an unseen wind. Sam and Jade rushed in, skidding to a halt beside Alex, Riley, and Noah. The oppressive force of the Hollow King's presence threatened to crush them where they stood. "You think you can defy me?" The Hollow King's voice reverberated, his skeletal fingers extending towards them. Alex tightened his grip on the dagger. "We don't think. We know." Without warning, the Hollow King unleashed a torrent of dark energy. The group scattered, narrowly avoiding the destructive blast as the ground cracked beneath them. The shadows around the chamber began to take shape, grotesque wraiths, with hollow eyes and jagged claws. "Oh great," Riley muttered, because this wasn't hard enough already. Noah analyzed the throne, noticing runes carved into its base. "The throne is the key. It's anchoring him here. We destroy that, we weaken him." Sam and Jade nodded and sprinted toward it. The wraiths lunged to intercept, but Alex and Riley moved to block them, engaging in desperate combat. The Hollow King roared, sensing their intent, and lashed out with waves of shadow. Jade ducked beneath a sweeping tendril of darkness and reached the throne's base. "Now what?" Noah called out, "There's an inscription, use fire." Sam pulled out a rusted torch he had grabbed earlier and struck it against the stone. Sparks flew, catching onto the ancient material. Flames roared to life, licking the throne's surface. The Hollow King shrieked, his form flickering violently. "It's working!" Alex shouted, slicing through a wraith. The shadows around the room convulsed as the Hollow King's power waned. With one last desperate cry, he lunged at them, but Riley hurled a lantern into the growing flames. The explosion of light sent the Hollow King reeling, his body imploding into a spiraling vortex of darkness. Silence fell. The wraiths dissipated, and the throne crumbled into ashes. The red glow that had dominated the chamber began to fade, revealing a passage leading upward. Jade wiped the sweat from her brow. "Well, that was fun." Sam exhaled. "We're not done yet. Whatever's up there, it's waiting for us." Alex stepped forward, eyes set on the path ahead. "Then let's not keep it waiting." End of episode 14. Episode 15, The Labyrinth of Lost Souls. The group stood at the entrance of the ancient labyrinth, its towering stone walls covered in strange markings. A chilling breeze swept through the passage, carrying whispers that seemed to call their names. "Well, that's not ominous at all," Jade muttered, shivering. "Stick together and keep moving," Alex instructed, gripping his dagger. "No splitting up." As they stepped inside, the walls shifted behind them, closing the entrance. Sam groaned. "Great. Looks like we're committed now." The labyrinth was a twisting nightmare of corridors, each one eerily identical to the last. The deeper they ventured, the louder the whispers became, forming incomprehensible murmurs that sent chills down their spines. "We need a way to mark where we've been," Noah said, pulling out a piece of chalk. He marked an X on the stone wall beside them. Minutes passed. Then hours. The same markings reappeared in places they were sure they had never been before. "This place is playing tricks on us," Riley whispered, her voice trembling. Just then, a deep, guttural growl echoed through the passageway. Shadows stretched unnaturally across the walls, and from the darkness, figures began to emerge, twisted, spectral shapes with hollow eyes and elongated limbs. "Run!" Alex shouted. The group sprinted down the corridor, twisting through the maze as the creatures pursued them. Every turn seemed to lead them deeper into the labyrinth's grasp. Jade turned back and threw a makeshift explosive at their pursuers. The blast sent the shadows screeching, momentarily dissipating them, but they reformed almost instantly. "That barely slowed them down," she gasped. "The center!" Noah shouted. "There has to be a way out at the center." With no better option, they ran toward what they hoped was the labyrinth's core. As they turned a corner, a massive stone door loomed before them, covered in strange glyphs, pulsating with eerie light. "Open it!" Sam urged, pressing against the door. It didn't budge. Noah traced his fingers over the glyphs, his eyes widening. It's a puzzle. We have to align them in the right order. We don't have time. Riley shouted as the shadow creatures closed in. Then make time. Alex snapped, drawing his dagger. As Noah frantically worked, the others fought to hold the creatures back. The dagger's enchanted blade sliced through the shadows, momentarily dispersing them, but they kept reforming. Almost there. Noah cried, moving the final glyph into place. The door rumbled and slid open, revealing a spiral staircase leading downward. Without hesitation, they rushed inside. The door slammed shut behind them, cutting off the screeching creatures. Panting, Jade leaned against the wall. I swear if the next room is worse than this one. Noah exhaled sharply. We'll find out soon enough. With no other choice, they descended into the unknown. End of episode 15. Episode 16, Descent into the Unknown. The spiral staircase wound downward into an abyss of shadows, each step echoing ominously. The air was thick with the scent of damp stone, and a strange hum vibrated through the walls. I have a bad feeling about this, Riley muttered, gripping the rail tightly. When do you not have a bad feeling? Jade quipped, forcing a nervous chuckle. Quiet, Alex said, his voice hushed. We don't know what's down there. As they descended further, flickering torches appeared along the walls, illuminating ancient carvings, depictions of twisted figures bound in chains, their faces contorted in silent screams. These markings, Noah whispered, running his fingers over them. They tell a story. A warning. Sam exhaled sharply. Let me guess, turn back now, or abandon all hope, something like that? Worse, Noah said. It speaks of a guardian that devours those who trespass. A deep, guttural growl resonated from the depths below. Oh, fantastic! Riley groaned. We just love meeting ancient horrors. The stairwell ended in a massive chamber, its ceiling lost to darkness. At the center, an altar stood, adorned with skeletal remains and a rusted blade embedded in stone. Strange symbols glowed beneath their feet, shifting and rearranging. I think we triggered something, Jade murmured. The chamber trembled. A pair of crimson eyes flickered to life within the darkness. Then, with a deafening roar, a monstrous form emerged, a beast of writhing shadows and jagged fangs. Run or fight? Sam shouted, already gripping his weapon. Both. Alex commanded, lunging forward. The dagger in his hand glowed, cutting through the beast's shadowy tendrils. The creature shrieked, recoiling momentarily. Riley and Jade scrambled around the altar, searching for another way out. There's a door. Riley called. But it's sealed. Work on getting it open. Alex yelled, dodging a massive clawed swipe. Noah traced the symbols on the floor, muttering under his breath. This is a blood seal. We need to. Before he could finish, the beast lunged at him. Sam tackled Noah out of the way just in time, the creature's claws missing them by inches. Guys. Any time now. Jade shouted as she frantically pried at the door. Alex drove his dagger deep into the beast's core. A surge of blue energy erupted from the blade, sending the creature staggering back. It roared in fury, but its form flickered like a dying flame. Noah. Now. Sam yelled. Noah grabbed the rusted blade from the altar and slashed his palm, letting his blood drip onto the glowing symbols. The markings flared, and with a loud grinding noise, the door swung open. Go. Alex commanded. They sprinted through, just as the creature lunged again. The moment they crossed the threshold, the door slammed shut behind them, cutting off the beast's final, furious roar. Panting, they collapsed against the cold stone walls of a new corridor. That was close, Jade breathed. Noah held his bleeding hand. Yeah. And something tells me it's only going to get worse from here. The corridor ahead stretched into darkness, promising new horrors yet to come. End of episode 16.